Welcome back to your favorite Sacramento sports show,
Beam City Sports.
We are back at the Beam City Sports Bar for the 69th episode of Beam City Sports.
Nice.
Yeah, so if you're listening on YouTube, go like and subscribe. Go listen on Spotify as well. But yeah, back at the Beam City Sports Bar, I got the boys, Luke and Devin, with me. How we feeling today?
Happier than ever, man. It's always a pleasure to come back here behind this bar. Pause. But it's a beautiful night. It looks see right now behind this bar, so I'm excited to talk some ball, talk some sports.
Love it, Dev.
Yeah, beautiful night. You guys look good in that green glow over there from the A's light. You know, kind of a mixed bag for me. Pacers L. You know, the Giants took a big dub yesterday, but they're losing big right now. So but we'll get into it. But always good to be back here, like you said.
Yeah, got to give some shout-outs to Jackson. He is in L.A. The Dodgers are beating the Giants right now, so I know you're happy about that. But yeah, the Thunder won Game 4 of the NBA Finals. It's all tied up at 2 apiece. Game 5 will be in a couple days. But yeah, Game 4 was really a crazy one, man. The Pacers had it locked up. It looked like they had it in the bag. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with an iconic game. He took over, man. He took over. Shout out to Jackson, just texted us, and we did just shout you out, so that's crazy. You just texted us to say, shout out the Giants-Dodgers score, and we did.
Hey, but we're going to talk about what happened last night, though, as well. So.
Hey, shout out Logan Webb, man. Shout out Logan Webb with some run support.
That was insane. That timing on that
was crazy.
I hate you.
So, yeah, camera is here to prove it all. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, man, 35 points, and Shai Gilgeous, 35 points, and no assists in this game, but he did go 10 for 10 from the free throw line. Nothing new. Someone's doing donuts out there in the court or something.
Nah, that's someone got a bummy car out
Someone's car is messed up out there.
It was looking, I mean, it sounded like what the Pacers looked like in the fourth quarter this last game. There's a lot of dumb fouls. I mean, we could say that they weren't fouls, but there were a lot of dumb fouls that they did make.
They did.
And it was just inexcusable.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the Thunder do deserve this. The way that, I mean, the Pacers dominated the whole thing. They just couldn't close it out.
Yeah.
And the Thunder wanted it more.
Yeah, they did. That's a good point. I definitely agree that, some of those foul calls in the fourth quarter, they were fouls. And Aaron Nesmith was, getting a little too handsy like we've seen him in the past. I definitely think they should have kept Andrew Nembhard on Shai, but, the screens, it looked like Shai wanted to get Aaron Nesmith on him, and, he figured out how to get him to reach in and foul pretty much every time. But, yeah. So
sorry,
there's some car out there.
Yeah. But then also shout out Shai's 3 steals. I don't like shouting out Shai, but I mean he was looking great on the defensive side.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not saying he's been cooked this whole series, but he has been getting beat a lot.
His blow-by percentage is very high.
It's really high. Yeah. So him getting these 3 steals, he's definitely turned it around for that defensive side.
Yeah. For sure. Well, also, Alex Caruso, man, with 20 points off the bench once again. He did it once again. 5 steals as well off the bench for Alex Caruso, man. He's been such a big part of this series, and he's definitely going to get paid a lot of money once his contract is up in OKC. 100%. I mean, he deserves it.
Shout out to what we listened to the other day, the Jeff Teague podcast.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, if Caruso's giving him 20 every night, we're cooked.
Yeah.
Who said that? His little brother?
Yeah.
So, I mean, and I think that's exactly right. If you're getting 20 from Caruso off the bench with the 5 steals and the defense he plays, we've been harping on it the last week, is that he can guard 1 through 5, and then when he's giving you 20, I mean, you're cooked.
It's tough to beat him when Caruso has 20 off the bench.
Game over.
Yeah. Also, Jalen Williams had a great game with 27, 7 rebounds, 8 of 18 from the field. Also went 11 for 11 from the free throw line. So free throws definitely played a big factor in this game. And the Pacers were getting to the line just as much as the Thunder, but they missed a lot more free throws. And Benedict Mathurin at the end missed 3 free throws in a row. Yeah. I thought the game was over already, but still, that could have left the door open a little more. But
those
Benedict Mathurin,
only free throws they missed.
Okay.
They were 19 for 22 from free throw line.
Okay.
Thunder went 23 for 20. Shai and Jdub had pretty much all the free throws.
Pretty much all of them, yeah.
For the Thunder.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's that's a weird kind of looking at it.
Yeah.
That's a lot of points just from 2 players on the free throw line.
It is. Shai didn't have a free throw in the first half, and that's the first time that's happened all playoffs.
I mean, but it's going to happen at some point.
Yeah.
And I think they are getting a little too handsy. I agree, and maybe they're letting the foul calls, get in their head a little bit, and so that's making them even more aggressive. And then, Shai's just going to use that to his advantage. I mean, I might have saw a couple online the other day that were whatever, but you know that's what he's going to do, so you can't feed into that.
You can't. You have to be straight up if you're going to guard Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But Chet also came to play yesterday with 14 points and 15 rebounds. Definitely something you need out of your 4, out of your 5. Chet has definitely shown a lot this playoffs, and 14 points doesn't really show the full story of how good he played yesterday, in my opinion.
No.
Yeah, he was scoring the ball when they needed it.
Yeah, no, it was, his mid-range was, every time he pulled up in the mid-range,
Yeah.
he was like, oh, that's going in.
Yeah.
That's going in.
He's got a beautiful shot.
He's got a beautiful shot.
Yeah.
I've been hating on him all season, but
Yeah.
watching him go to work in the finals,
Yeah.
like I'm not going to lie, this playoffs, I didn't really watch Thunder go through the playoffs.
It was too easy for him.
It was
most of
too
the
easy
time.
for him.
Except
So,
the Denver series. We definitely
one was,
watched that.
Yeah,
but
I watched that,
yeah.
but for the most part, I didn't watch any of their games.
It was very forgettable for the Thunder, and especially the first round against Memphis. That was a wash, and then they played the Nuggets, and then they played the Timberwolves, which was also pretty much a wash. So the only real test they had was the Nuggets, which went 7.
And now the Pacers are putting up. It's a better fight than they've had.
This is a great series.
It's a great series.
This has been their most competitive matchup, and we'll get into it in a second with the Pacers stats here, but the Pacers really just blew the game.
They did.
To me, all I really want to say is they got out of what they do, and what makes them good is playing fast and getting the ball, swinging the ball. And Pascal, we'll get into it, but he had 1 shot in the fourth quarter. So they just got out of what makes them so good. And I understand it with there being a little bit time left in the fourth quarter. You're trying to close the game out, so you want to slow it down. But just the way they play and how much success they have playing fast, they should have kept that up.
Yeah, for Pascal, he had 20 points, 8 rebounds, and he did have 5 steals as well, so he had a great night. But like Devin said, in the fourth quarter, he only got 1 shot. And with the Pacers, why they're so good in clutch situations, they were 9-1 in clutch games in the playoffs before last night, so now they're 9-2. But they don't switch the style of play. They never play iso ball. They never just rely on one guy to beat their man. It's always ball movement, a lot of movement off the ball. And last night it seemed like they were relying on iso ball and letting Tyrese and Nembhard kind of just try and create off an iso, and it wasn't really working late in the game. And I think that is what went wrong for the Pacers in the end of the fourth quarter, was just going to iso ball when they never do that.
And that's where
switch.
That's what you don't want to get yourself into against a team like the Pacers too.
Yeah.
Is letting them set up in the half court. And they were kind of hunting switches the whole time in that fourth quarter, Tyrese and Nembhard, like you said.
Yeah.
And that kind of just plays into the defensive strengths of the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Definitely does. But yeah, Hallie with 18 points, 7 assists, went 7 of 15 from the field, so a pretty aggressive night from Hallie. I still wouldn't be mad if he took a couple more shots, but he did go 1 of 7 from 3 and had 5 turnovers, so not the best night for Tyrese, but he was aggressive early in the game, and I thought it was going to be a big night for him, but only 18 points, could have had more.
I think that's one of his worst nights on the turnover side of his whole career.
He had 5 last night, or last game too, didn't he? That's a couple games in a row.
But this one just looked a lot more sloppy. It just was more careless. I feel like he was playing with the mindset that they were already they were still ahead, so like how we can play a little bit loose.
Yeah.
But he needs to keep that mindset that they're behind. That's the thing. He needs to keep that confidence. Always play like you're behind.
Yeah, definitely.
And it seemed like it got out of his head where he was just getting careless with it and thinking that was going to come easy to him.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, if he could have got 3 more shots up, I know he went 1 for 7 from 3.
Yeah.
F it, take more.
Yeah, might as well go 1 for 10 if you're going to go 1 for 7. I wouldn't be mad at it. But a big spark off the bench for the Pacers was Obi Toppin with 17 points and 7 rebounds. He's been playing great all series.
Get him to Sacramento.
Yeah, I love when he's hitting shots. He hit a couple shots in a row, and I think the third quarter, which was huge. His energy is just unmatched.
Before the series started, there was a take I was going to drop, but I was like, nah, that might look a little too... I was going to say... Obi Toppin needs to step up big for this team, defensively and scoring, because he's already a defensive threat. Yeah. But they need him to score more, coming off the bench for them. And he's doing that right now. Yeah. It's just when he does do it, it's the rest of the team isn't helping him out.
Yeah. Last night he had a big night for sure. Miles Turner is someone who's disappointed me on the rebounding stats this series. In the last 2 games, so he had 2 rebounds last game and 2 rebounds the game before. So only 4 rebounds in the last 2 games from your starting center who wants to get paid over $30 million a year.
And 6'10"?
Yeah, he's 6'10". Miles Turner. We need you on the glass more. 12 points as well. He hit some shots, but I cannot live with you only having 2 rebounds. They had to go with Obi Toppin and Pascal at the 4 and 5 down the stretch because Miles Turner was just doing nothing on the offensive glass, defensive glass. It didn't matter. He was just not in the right spot at the right time ever.
I mean, Pascal Siakam had more rebounds than Miles Turner.
I think Miles is averaging less than 3 rebounds for this finals.
He's almost 7 foot tall. Like you need more out of Miles Turner.
Yeah, and it was Mitchell Robinson who was killing him on the offensive glass. And every time I saw them going up for a board, I was like, oh, Mitchell's getting that. Yeah. Dude's grabbing that immediately.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They just had to foul Mitchell Robinson, put him at the line. And
exactly.
That's how they got out of that one. But yeah, Andrew Nembhard going down the line had 10 points, 4 of 9 from the field. I want to see him take more shots. He did have 4 turnovers, so, he had the ball in his hands a lot, just wasn't too aggressive shooting the ball. And I think they need, a 15 to 20 point night out of Nembhard if they want to win any of these next couple games. I've been waiting on it all series, and he really hasn't delivered a big night. We've seen some clutch shots, we've seen all that, but not a big night in the scoring department for Nembhard yet.
Yeah, not that, a 30-something point game against the Knicks?
Yeah, he went crazy. But the defense has been there all series on Shai. He's been the best guy to guard Shai all series, no 100%. Doubt about that.
He has the confidence to do it. He steps up to anybody. I'm not going to say he's on Caruso's level, but he could definitely make an effect on all 5 positions. Yeah,
and he's not a tall guard. Yeah. He's pretty small for that position, and he does a great job of just being in the right spot. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, definitely would like to see more shots from him and less turnovers. I just need both of those things to be locked in. Andrew Nembhard, we need a big night out of you in Game 5 or Game 6 if the Pacers want to win this. Well, TJ McConnell with 8 points in 18 minutes after his big night the night before. I still think he played with a lot of energy and provided a lot of spark, but he wasn't a minus in the plus-minus stats this game, which you don't see a lot for TJ. So need a better night out of him as well.
Kobe-like mentality, honestly.
Yeah,
like he plays like the Black Mamba.
Yeah,
just he goes out. He doesn't care what anybody else is saying to him or doing on the court. Puts his head into the defender, and he gets to work. He gets to work.
No, I'm sorry. No, I really like TJ McConnell. I was listening to the Pat McAfee show from yesterday, which would be Friday, at work today, and they had Udonis. They had UD on. And
shout out.
They were in Gamebridge Arena talking about the game, and he was just like, that was one of the guys that I would tell the team in the locker room before the game that you gotta watch out for this guy. Bro. You can't take your eye off him. You gotta have him locked. You gotta be locked into him. So I really like him, and I think he's gonna be big in the rest of the series. And I think he's a guy that is could get traded. I want the Kings to trade for him, but I think he's a guy who's
could be a trade piece.
He may be a lifer in Indiana. I think Indiana's gonna do whatever they can to keep him there.
Could be a trade piece for. If Indy doesn't win it here, they could definitely trade for
if they need to. But I think
maybe someone like here in Sacramento.
Someone like DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, especially watching that Game 3 where TJ just took over with stealing the inbounds. We haven't got a chance to really talk about that game. He got 3 off the inbounds, just making offensive rebounds, diming people in the air at the same time. And I was watching the game with my girlfriend, and I was like, man, I would pay a lot of money to get this guy in Sacramento. This guy makes winning plays. And it was like before he started going on that little run of stealing the ball. So
I paid my money to see that guy in Sacramento.
Yeah.
Vivek, I'll help you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Benedict Mathurin in the last game only had 8 points in 14 minutes, but we do have to give him love for the game before, where he had 27 points in only, how many minutes did he play? He only played 22 minutes and had 27 points in the last game. He was cooking. One of the only guys on that Pacers team that can really get their own shot confidently, like in an ISO situation. So we'll definitely love to see Benedict Mathurin. Hope another big game comes in the next couple.
He kind of reminds me of like a more polished, obviously more reps, Jonathan Kuminga a little bit.
Oh, I like that actually. They kind of move the same. I do like that.
Yeah, just like the mid-range.
I thought you were going to say Malik.
No.
I thought you were going Kings. But I do like the Kuminga comparison.
The mid-range and the attack in the basket. Yeah. But obviously he's gotten to play and he's gotten, he's more seasoned. But I love his game, and that was a huge game for him in Game 3. And I think him and Nembhard, if they step back up in Game 5, I think the Pacers have got a good shot.
Yeah, I agree. The Pacers have this game in the bag, man. They outplayed the Thunder the whole game until the last 3-5 minutes where Shai went on an unbelievable run. The Thunder were 3 of 16 from 3 in this game. They only hit 3 threes in the whole game. And the Pacers were 11 of 36 from 3, so, big point differential in that aspect.
So
but the Thunder
That's
had
actually insane.
it's insane that they only had 3 threes, and one of them came
That's
with
some king stuff right
that
there.
is. One of the threes came with the only couple minutes left when Shai hit a big step back 3, and that was one of the only threes they hit.
I literally said that before the show.
Yeah.
I was like, this game reminded me of the last 2 seasons, watching a Kings game where they're up in the fourth quarter, especially this last season,
Yeah.
and it just all goes to poo-poo.
Yeah. Well, the second chance points was big as well. Thunder had 23 in the second chance, and the Pacers only had 11. So Miles Turner, box out, man.
Come
Mason Wallace
on,
is getting
bruh.
offensive rebounds over you again. Alex Caruso's out rebounding you on the glass. Like, we need more out of Miles Turner, man. It's not even okay.
Yeah. Unacceptable.
Yeah, they definitely need more. Well, the Thunder did go back to the double big lineup in this game, though, so that probably played a factor in that as well. Hartenstein and Chet down there, that definitely plays a factor on the rebounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was more than they played. They only played like 3 minutes the other game.
Yeah.
They definitely played a little bit more this game.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It works. Like, it definitely works. But when you want to keep the pace up, it won't work for a long time.
For
That's
sure.
the only thing.
That's the only thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have noticed that they're getting a little chippy in this series. They're starting to not like each other, and that's something that, as
get
fans, it's fun to watch.
negative.
Let's get negative. Let's get negative.
I'm not going to say
It's
they're not,
respect
like,
on both
it's
sides.
respect.
But
Like,
they're
at
annoyed.
At the end of the series, they're going to dap each other up and be like,
Oh,
yo,
yeah.
love you guys.
Yeah.
Like, have a good...
Yeah.
But
Nah,
right now,
put a bleep
it's-
over this.
Oh. Dang it.
Gotta cut it.
Yeah, well...
No, it's been 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes.
Well, yeah, they have been getting chippy. We saw Lou Dort kind of push Tyrese on the free throw last night, where Mathurin turned around.
Hey, Ludor, bro.
Yeah, Benedict Mathurin turned around in the middle of his free throw routine, looked at Haliburton fall on the ground, and then went up and made the free throw. So maybe he should have done that in the fourth quarter too. But also, Andrew Nembhard and Shai have been going at it all series. A lot of elbows to the face from both of those guys.
Yeah.
Nembhard does not give up, and I love that. In the Pacers, full court pressure was crazy yesterday. In the first 3 quarters, they were just dominating on being full court press. The Thunder got an 8-second call a couple times. The Pacers just wreak havoc, and they don't let anyone take the ball up. They were full court pressing Hartenstein, not letting him get the ball in the inbound. They don't want anyone to get the ball.
Yeah, they should have done that in the fourth quarter, too.
Yeah, exactly. Then they kind of went away from it when Shai took over. But yeah, going on that, Shai took it over in the fourth quarter. The Thunder were down. Shai got to the free throw line. Then he hit the step back 3, and then he hit the push off midi on Neesmith, which was pretty nasty. But my brother, shout out to him, said it was an offensive foul. He said, "Man, he does that every time," and they never called a foul. And it looks like a foul to me, but it's a good shot. That did put the Thunder up 104 to 103, and then Lou Dort got a steal on Haliburton, and then Shai got fouled, which everyone was mad about, where Neesmith fouled him with 0.3 left on the shot clock. And you didn't have to do that. He was probably going to miss the shot, and Neesmith just couldn't hold back. He had to foul him, and he did. But that was really the game right there to me. And then Mathurin missed the free throws, but I thought it was over. But yeah, so crazy fourth quarter.
Disappointing fourth quarter.
Disappointing fourth quarter for Pacer fans.
Very, very deflating.
Yeah.
It kind of just, you see the life get sucked out of that arena.
For sure.
I feel
100%.
so bad for Pacers fans.
Oh.
Like, and they're
Part of
going
me
back
doesn't.
to
It's
OKC now, right?
Part of me
know.
doesn't feel bad because, like, I'm rooting for the Pacers, but I've heard the Pacers fans have been some mean people.
No, good, because that's how we would be too, though, if we were in the finals. Right?
No, but
I
you'd be
would.
disrespecting.
I'd be in-
You'd
no,
be
I would.
disrespecting like
in the arena,
the players like on the court.
Bro,
Like that's what happened.
if we were in the finals, I would come out of the Golden One Center like all the videos of the New York Knicks fans, bro. Like,
well, no. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about players yell. The fans yelling at players on the court.
yeah, I do that.
They probably can't even hear you.
No, they can't, and I'm wasting my voice for no reason.
Yeah.
That's just.
I'll be from the bleeders.
I've just
like,
heard. I've
from
heard
the
that
bleeders.
it's.
Dude,
I've
when-
heard that it's been pretty mean out there.
Dude,
Yeah,
when
I believe
Draymond
it.
stomped on Sabonis,
Oh, we were
should have
there.
seen the arena.
We were there.
Should have seen everybody.
Yeah, the arena was crazy. Well, going back to Shai.
That's different, right there. That's different.
That is different. Well, the OKC star Shai had 35 points, joining LeBron James as the only player with 15 or more points, 1 block, and 1 steal in the fourth quarter of an NBA Finals game. It's another crazy stat.
What was that?
Shai,
Game 7 of the 2015,
probably
2016.
The block. He did have a block.
get the block.
He did have
It
a
might have
block
been.
in that, so that's probably right. He also had 15 points in the last 5
Jeez.
minutes of the game, which are the most by a player to close out a finals game since 1971. Shai Gilgeous really
When?
put on a show. 1971.
That's why.
In the last 5 minutes of a game. 15 points. That's a lot.
Did they even have a 3-point line at that point?
Maybe not.
don't think
That
they
was
had a
probably
3-point.
Wilt stealing everyone's jumpers and just putting it, tipping
grabbing
it
it.
in, stealing everyone's shots before goaltending was a thing. Well, I was interested that after Game 3, the Pacers were up 2-1, and the Thunder were still 67% favorites to win the series. That is crazy to me. 67%. And we went over the stats. The team that wins Game 3 wins 80% of the time. So,
I mean, betting favorites or just
Betting
like
favorites.
percentage favorites?
Yeah.
I mean, betting favorites I could understand because OKC's been the best team all year. People
Yeah.
are going to, probably put their money and try to make some money off of OKC. But,
Yeah.
I mean, percentage favorites, if they would have lost that game, then it would have been a lot lower than that. But I could
For
see
sure.
that. I could see that.
I feel like it was kind of expected for OKC to win one game in Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so
they
I
stole it,
feel
too.
like- yeah, they stole it.
Mhm.
And I just think that's what, I mean, first of all, the betting odds, I feel like that's what they had in mind. They're like, they're
Yeah.
going to go back into OKC. It's going to be even series.
Mhm.
I don't think the Thunder still have, like, it's going to be a really close game in OKC in Game 5.
It's going to be huge.
So this is going to, I feel like Game 5 is going to be bigger than Game 3.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be the decider.
Okay.
Because then, if Pacers win in OKC, they come back to Indiana. They got
Up
it.
3-2.
The O'Brien Trophy is in the building. The Larry
They're gonna-
O'Brien Trophy is in the building.
They're
right
going to
there.
be feeling crazy if they
So-
win Game 5.
They need to have that mindset where they're like, yo, the trophy's here, but it's not ours.
Yeah, for sure.
And in Game 7, that's a whole new series.
Anything can happen. man.
Anything can
It's a
happen in
whole
Game
new
7.
series, like you said. It's
Yeah.
just one game.
It's
Win
one
or
game.
go
I
home.
mean, damn, you might have been right on Wednesday.
That's what
this
I
next,
said.
this is.
Game
But
5.
it
said
all
no,
depends on
that-
what would have happened though, because if Pacers would have went up 3-1, then
Yeah,
Dude,
it's tough.
this is going 7.
This
Series
is going 7. I said it from
wanted
the
to go
beginning.
7.
I said it from the
People
beginning.
have been saying that the Pacers have to win it in 6. Nah,
No.
Pacers can win it in 7.
They
if
can
they
win
want.
it. They can win in OKC. We saw
They
it
can-
Game 1
They could be down 15 with 8 minutes left in Game 7 and come back and win
and
it.
win.
I can see that.
Knock on wood. Well, for me,
My bad.
I'm scared of this Game 4 performance from Shai because, it's not on the same level as Steph Curry in 2022, but it did remind me of it. The same vibe because both teams are down 2-1, and they needed a big performance out of their star, and they got it. And then the Warriors went on to win that series, so I'm very scared that the Thunder might go on to win this.
Not mad at that
I'm getting scared.
comparison. I'm not mad at that.
And Shai didn't look like himself until the fourth quarter as well. He was not having a good night until the fourth.
Yeah. No, it's fourth quarter Fox, man. Kind of turned up.
Fourth quarter. Fourth quarter, man.
It is scary, but it's also exciting to me.
It is.
for the NBA. Just as the series has gone on, I'm a Pacers fan. I'm rooting for them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm
You a Pacers fan too? Hey, shout out.
I'm just kind of like stepping back a little bit and just enjoying the game a little bit more. So enjoy.
Shout out. Enjoy basketball.
Yeah, these dudes that are talking about the ratings, like we've been talking about that.
Yeah.
You
It's
don't
not
get
your
paid.
money, bro. Real hoop heads.
Just
know.
enjoy the
This is a great
basketball.
series.
This is a
And
great series.
This has been great basketball. It's what I wanted from the get. It's just a good end to the season instead of a blowout.
I definitely agree. This
And
is
it's
one of the
happening.
most competitive
It's-
finals in a while.
Yeah.
Like, maybe back to 2022.
Yeah.
Because 23
Celtics,
was the
Warriors.
Nuggets Heat. We all knew the Nuggets were going to win that. And then last year, we all knew the Celtics were going to win. So, this also reminds me of the series with the Bucks and the Suns in 2021. Very competitive series. One of my favorites. And
So you're saying the Pacers? So you're saying whoever loses, they ain't gonna get back?
well, I think that went 7. Or maybe it went
No,
6.
they're not gonna get back to the finals
Oh.
because
I could-
Suns haven't been back
Thunder
since then,
will
right?
Thunder will most likely be back. Yeah. I mean,
Honestly,
the Thunder can only get better. It's kind of scary.
Well,
it's tough to say because the Pacers they were Eastern Conference Finals last year.
They were. They were.
Finals this year.
And the East might be wide open next year.
East is wide open.
Celtics are down.
Are we
Pacers-
seeing the start of another Warriors-Cavs finals run?
No.
I don't know if I want to put it there.
No way.
I don't want to put
No
it there.
way.
No.
Well,
Honestly, if it's even just the same next year, I'd be like, send me.
I don't think we're seeing a rematch for a long
I don't
time
think-
in the
no,
NBA.
no.
I don't think we will for a while.
It hasn't been
It's
since
been a
then,
while.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was part of the whole super team era.
It was.
I mean, besides LeBron. LeBron was a super team.
He by himself. Shout out to the
Every
GOAT.
time, I don't know how, like, the CBA,
He
like,
just showed up. It was just like,
Yeah.
hey, the East is super competitive. It's like, and then, no. You guys don't worry.
We have LeBron James.
No.
Get out the way.
Hey, LeBron, don't worry. Ben Simmons is
Happy
Oh,
40th.
God.
Happy 40th, Ron.
Happy 40th. Well,
Happy 40th.
Before we move on, Game 5 predictions. Sadly, I'm going to say the Thunder are winning Game 5.
Oh. I think
Then
they
I'm
win
saying
Game
the
5.
Pacers are winning 6 and 7.
I'm on the same train as
Okay,
that.
so if the Thunder win Game 5, don't be scared, Pacers fans. You're still in good spot to win Game 6 and Game 7.
I am scared.
Yeah, it's I mean, it
scary.
would be scary. I can't say that, but...
I think
End of the
I'm not
first
gonna
season
say.
for Beam City Sports, man. That's coming up.
Oh, it's coming up.
And this is the first season.
Yeah.
That's,
Almost done with Season 1.
and the Kings were
Damn. Kings definitely had a crazy year for Season 1 of Beam City.
I didn't mean to bring it up like that,
No.
but it's just like,
Nah,
damn.
it's okay.
Like, it literally, like,
they're bummed.
Yeah.
the next 2 games could just be the deciding.
We have 2 or 3 games left in the NBA season. This has been the most locked in I've ever been to an NBA
It's
season.
honestly been the longest NBA
Yeah.
season of my life.
I've pretty much
Like-
seen parts of every game this year. So
Bro, I
it's
haven't
yeah.
watched as much basketball since in the last 2 years
Yeah.
than ever.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
it's
yeah.
it's been fun though.
It has been a
It's-
crazy year.
I love.
for sure.
I just hope that I hope it goes to 7. I
Yeah.
want it to go to 7.
I
I
hope
know
it
for
goes
me
to
because I'm a
7 too.
Pacer fan.
Well, all right. Predict Game 5. You're saying the Thunder win as well.
Thunder.
Hopefully the Pacers win 6 and 7.
I need
Pacer
the
fan
Pacers
over
to
here?
win this one.
Yeah.
I going down 3-1. That's a lot of momentum. I just don't see them winning Game 6 after they go down 3-1. Me personally,
Yeah.
I think they need this
It's-
one. So I'll take the Pacers.
It's gonna be
Okay.
tough, dude. It's gonna be tough.
Well, no, it wouldn't be 3-1. It's 2-2. Right now.
3-2.
Yeah, 3-2.
Oh, going down
yeah,
3-2.
yeah, sorry.
My bad.
All right, well, moving on to the Sacramento Kings. Or no, we're not moving on to the Kings yet. We're going Luke's Lock of the Week.
Looks like
Luke's Lock of the Week. I'm curious to see who it is because I don't know.
know it.
Devin guessed before the
Luke's
show.
Lock
I
of the
don't
Week.
know.
Brought to you by Hardmire Wine Cellars.
Yes, sir.
Go support.
Sorry, Craig and Alex. Shout out Craig and Alex though, owners of Hardmire Wine.
Shout out.
If you need any wine, go check out Hardmire Wine.
Delicious.
Delicious, great wine. But Luke's Lock of the Week,
Luke's Lock of the Week.
Miss Caitlin Clark.
Oh, yeah.
From the
Love it.
Indiana
Love
Fever.
it. Love it.
She's
it.
nice.
First of all, 9 points in 45 seconds. Tapping into the inner Tracy McGrady right
Yes,
there.
sir.
That was to start the game.
Mm-hmm.
That was 9 points in 45 seconds to start the
3
game.
logo
She just came back from injury too,
Came
right?
back from injury
Yeah.
after I think 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But then to finish the game, 32 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Don't mind the 7 turnovers. Shooting 55% from the field, 50% from 3. Beautiful night from Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
She had Brianna
And
Stewart.
handed the New York Liberty their
Co-
first loss of the season.
Hey,
First loss of the
That's
season for the New York
tough.
Liberty.
that's tough.
So, I mean, I know Caitlin Clark is already a huge name, but we making it bigger here on Beam City Sports.
Shout out, CC.
Shout out. Hey, Caitlin, you ever want to hop on the show? Or, get the Sacramento Monarchs started up again? We'd love to see you here playing Sacramento.
Let me know.
Yeah, let Dev know.
I'll get that started.
Hey, the best women's basketball player of all time?
Yes, man.
Yes.
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 Yeah. Right
I
now.
was going to call you
Yeah,
ma'am.
I
Already?
know. Yes. Call her ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am,
sir.
for her.
Nah.
Well, I like
yeah,
that. Luke's
shout out
Lock of the
Caitlin
Week.
Clark. Shout
I
out
like that
CC.
you went a different direction. I asked you, is it basketball? You said yeah, and I was like, man, who could it be? And that's definitely a valid pick.
Caitlin Clark.
Definitely deserves it. Well, ICU, for me, I'm going with one guy. Shout out to Jackson. He said we have to have him on here,
Yeah.
and he definitely does deserve this. TJ
100%.
McConnell, for the Game 3 performance, only 15 minutes, 10 points, 5 assists, 5 steals. Just provided all the energy for that Pacers team, and without him, they probably don't win that game.
And then, fun fact, I mean, you guys already know it.
Yeah.
First time in NBA Finals history that a person off the bench
Yeah.
has had 10 points, 5 assists, and 5 steals.
Shout
Didn't
out.
know that.
Another crazy stat.
Thank you for that.
Shout out for the culture, man.
Yeah, shout out DJ. DJ McConnell. Yeah, Dev, anyone who pitched for the Giants last night? That could be a good one.
No, I was gonna say Casey Schmidt.
Oh yeah, Casey
Ooh,
Schmidt. That's
Casey.
a better one
I
actually.
mean the grand slam.
Granny.
Off of Yamamoto. I mean, the strike zone,
Cy
was a
Young
little wild in the first couple innings. The umpire, last night, was a little crazy. Shout out Winnie.
Shout out, Winnie.
Shout out.
But I mean, 1-1, and he hit it, turned to the dugout, and I just stood up off my couch. I was like, oh my god. I mean, filling in great for Matt Chapman as he's going to be gone. Got good news. He could be back sooner than expected, but I mean, just taking your opportunity and running with it. He could get some starting looks at second base when Matt Chapman comes back, because I mean, if he just continues to play the way he's playing right now. But
Yeah.
shout out.
Shout out.
Even though
Casey
they're
Smith.
losing
You better be
10-0
wearing the
right
jersey.
now.
You better be wearing the jersey. Shout out your boy.
During it? I was going to wear it
just
today,
say you
but
were. Just
we had
say
to
you
film
were.
the A's podcast
Oh,
before,
okay.
so I didn't want to.
He was
Probably-
wearing the jersey.
yeah.
He was wearing the jersey.
Probably the only person that in this area that has a Casey Schmidt jersey. So shout out to Dev, loyal fan. And hitting that grand slam against the Dodgers, what a moment. That's how it sounded off the bat right there.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should move on to the Sacramento Kings really quick. Some trade rumors are coming up with the NBA draft only 11 days away. That is that quick after the finals. It's only 11 days away from now. The NBA draft is happening, and Shams has
And
reported
we have no picks.
we have no picks, but he does say he wants to trade into the lottery. Scott Perry,
I mean,
shout
Scott
out.
Perry's
Let's
just
see
out
what you
here.
can do.
He's just out here doing shit.
Hey, we'll see.
I mean, I don't know what he's gonna do, but he's gonna do something.
It could be. I'm not gonna go that deep into
Uh-oh.
it. It could be a little puppet move.
Well, I saw the Magic might be, interested in Malik Monk, and they were like, send us
They should
Anthony
have signed
Black
him.
in the
They should have
13th
signed him
pick.
4 years ago, bro.
Yeah,
They should have signed him 4 years ago. They had a chance.
You're right.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about.
I don't
that
think Malik
trade.
is leaving. I think Malik is staying.
we love Malik too much
Who
for the
are
first
we
Yeah,
trade.
no,
trading
I
for
don't want
Malik?
it, but I'm just.
That is a possibility.
Somebody
Or
had
who-
Anthony Black in the 13th pick
No.
that they have in the
though.
draft.
Anthony
this
Black
year.
is solid though. He's cool.
I mean, the 13th pick is understandable,
Yeah.
but I'm not giving Malik for that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not doing that.
I probably agree with that as well.
Like that ruins a lot of the fan base too. Like,
yeah. Then we have not anyone besides
no,
Sabonis.
and then I mean,
Get some. No, we're not. I'm not gonna get.
Oh no, the tides turned for the Kings fans very quickly
that's
after
the
that
thing.
De'Aaron
Like
Fox trade.
that beam team, like solidified a lot of this fan base. That
Yeah.
Obviously, we had the diehard fans. We still have the diehard
Oh, yeah.
fans, but it grew the fan base a little bit more. And if you dismantle that within 3 years, you don't deserve to have the fans.
I agree.
I mean, I've been watching dudes get blown out for 15 years. Pause. But so I'm gonna continue to do it. Pause. But it's just heartbreaking, bro. They're gonna trade everybody. I mean, I'm excited to see what Scott Perry's gonna do, but it's gonna be sad a little bit. Why y'all laughing?
That was a crazy pause. That was a crazy pause.
But I think he is gonna do something, and maybe not even just one thing. I think he might have a couple of things up his sleeve. But I'm excited. But also, it is sad because it's gonna be a new era after this year for sure.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, the list of people that he wants to get are Jrue Holiday and Marcus Smart or Malcolm Brogdon.
I'm down with the Jrue Holiday.
Would we do it for DeMar DeRozan?
For DeMar, yeah, I do that.
I
Yes.
would
Yeah.
too. I
Oh,
would
yeah.
too. I would too. Jrue Holiday's a winning player. He's proved
What's
it on
the
every
catch
level.
though? What else are we trading besides DeMar DeRozan?
Probably
I
not
don't
much.
think there's much.
I think
of a
it helps Boston with their salary situation.
Yeah,
and
I would
Tatum's
do
out
that.
for
It
the year.
helps us, too, with our
Also,
salary.
it helps them because Boston shoots only threes. They need someone who's going to take
Yeah.
some twos,
I
get some
would be
easy
down
buckets.
for
So DeMar could be that guy.
Wouldn't it
But
be a sign and trade though?
neither are free agents. No.
Oh, I thought
No.
Drew was a free
No,
agent.
Drew Holiday with. I mean, who's gonna?
Okay,
it's just gonna be crazy because we have to see how it's all gonna play out.
I know we have
'Cause there
no
might be
idea
a
what the
couple
team
things
could
done,
look like.
yeah.
I don't know.
But Jrue Holiday scares me because he said a couple years ago when he was playing on the Bucks, when he won the championship, he was talking to Jeff Teague and said, "Man, I'm going to retire after this year." And Jeff Teague said, "Man, you're crazy. You're about to get paid a huge contract." And he was right. They won the championship. Then he got a contract extension, which was a huge contract. And now he's just still playing out that contract. And he's on a winning team in Boston. So it's easier to play winning basketball when you're surrounded by winning pieces. And the Kings don't have that. And I don't think he'd be motivated to play in Sacramento.
So you think Bro's
I
gonna
agree
get
with
traded
that.
to the Kings and then
fake an injury?
I retire? Bro.
Not fake an injury, but if he's a little hurt, I don't think he's playing through it by any means for the Kings. He's just going to play out that contract, get the money, and probably retire.
I see that
Which
happening.
I don't think is worth
Nah.
trading for.
And I hope Scott Perry's smart enough to look at that.
Yeah.
And be like, he's an aging player, great
Yeah.
player still, but
Mhm.
we're like he said, we're looking for a long-term guy.
Oh, yeah.
And Drew is not a long-term guy.
I still think
at
Trey
all.
is coming.
I really hope that the Kings find a way to trade into the lottery
That's
and they
what I
take
think we
Jeremiah
should-
Fears.
I think that's more likely than any trade.
Yeah.
Like in the league, is we get a pick from anything. I think we trade DeMar and maybe one other person for a pick.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
I don't really want to pick at this point with the track record.
I'm not mad
It's a
at
different
that.
front
I'm not
office.
mad at that.
You're right,
I'm not mad
you're
at
right.
that,
It's a
but
different front
it is
office.
different.
I can't look at it like
different
that.
coaching
but
staff, different everything.
Yeah.
So like,
I'm scared.
It-
I'm
it-
scared.
it is scary.
all we
It
can
is
do
scary.
is be optimistic.
Yeah, you're right.
That's the best thing we can do.
That's true.
As a Kings fan, that we're not gonna kind of back down. Like,
Hey, we've seen it all before.
We've seen it all before.
Scott
so
Perry's gonna save the city, man.
I'm not saying that. Like, that's one thing that you definitely need to learn as to say.
That's
as a
gonna be
Kings
on
fan.
cold
No.
takes.
Oh
Freezing
no!
cold takes
Please
on
don't,
Twitter.
don't do me like that. Well, what do you? Will he be on? Will this be on cold takes if Scott Perry makes this trade that I've seen put out there? The Kings trade away Domantas Sabonis and Devin Carter. The Kings get DeJounte Murray, Herb Jones, and the 7th pick in the draft this year, and 2029 New Orleans first-round pick, top 10 protected.
You had me at DeJounte and Herb Jones.
But DeJounte had a horrible year last year.
He was hurt. Oh, he
did
He
get
was
hurt.
battling through injuries.
Also, not a true point guard.
Honestly,
He's not a
whatever.
true point guard.
Neither of them.
I want Herb Jones.
Herb Jones is really
I
the
want
win,
Herb
and the
Jones.
7th pick
Yes,
is really the
and the
win in
7th
that.
pick.
I mean,
Herb
that
Jones,
pick,
and they went to college. He went to college with Keon.
Yeah, I
at
like.
Bama.
I guess that pick would turn into a point guard realistically.
Yeah.
If we did
Jeremiah
that trade.
Fears. That'd be it. He's projected around 7.
Hey, that's.
But why would we trade Domas right now?
It would be sad
Well,
to see
Why,
Domas.
I mean-
why would we do that?
Because you can't have
There's
so
no
many
reason.
players on the court who can't play defense.
Hey, shout out if you're listening to the show. My dad met a guy at Starbucks the other day who was wearing a Kings Haliburton jersey, and they talked for super long. And my dad said this guy said that Sabonis is at best a 1 or a 2B or like a 1C type of player. Like, he's not on the level of a superstar player that can take you
That
far
guy
in the
doesn't-
playoffs.
No, that's wrong.
I mean,
wrong.
we
I don't
haven't
think-
seen
Leading the
Sabonis
league
do
in-
anything in the playoffs ever.
Because
he's
he
a playoff
doesn't. We don't
drawer.
have the. We haven't been in the playoffs.
Yes, we were, and he didn't play good.
Okay, that was one
He
season.
made the playoffs with Indy and also didn't do good.
That's irrelevant.
Okay.
He's been
I love Sabonis.
all NBA player for the past 3
Yeah.
years, 4 years.
Yeah.
Didn't get the respect, obviously.
Yeah.
All-star player the last 3 years, 4 years. Didn't get the. So we can say like, oh, he hasn't been there. Because he's been disrespected because he's on Sacramento.
Yeah.
Leading the league in double doubles, second in triple doubles.
It means something.
It means something.
I agree. It means
So-
something.
Now, I love Sabonis, but I agree with Tyler. I mean,
No, that wasn't even Tyler's take.
Well, I don't know which way I'm going on it. I don't know. I love Sabonis. I don't want to hate on him, but damn.
I do,
If we
but
traded Sabonis, then throw us in the trash, dude.
Yeah.
Put us down at 15.
You're right.
Put us down at 15.
You're right.
for Herb Jones, DeJounte
Yes.
Murray,
No,
and
put us in
2
the trash.
first-round picks.
No, I'm not taking that.
Dude.
We get rid of our.
We trade DeMar.
We get rid of our point guards first of all. Then we go look for a point guard, and then we
Devin
have.
Carter's not a point guard, though.
I'm talking about Tyrese Haliburton and De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, Devin
that's
Carter don't
dead
matter.
and gone, bro. That's old
So
shit.
then you want to get rid of Domas too?
If it is for the right thing, yes, I would do that.
Wrong.
What,
So you think
You're gonna
Sabonis should
trade-
spend the rest of his career in Sac?
you're
The
gonna
Kings
trade?
need to make it happen.
Listen,
Okay.
You're gonna
We
trade
don't
for
have-
somebody.
there's no-
We're going to be the 12th seed every year then.
No. That's.
If you
That's
don't
kind
trade
of-
Domas,
I'm not saying
If
Domas
Domas
is
is
gonna.
the best
I'm not
player.
saying Domas is gonna lead the team to
Yeah.
to greatness.
Yeah.
But he is a key player to help that.
Yeah. But can he be the second best player on a team that goes far in the playoffs? We
I
haven't
think he
seen
can
it.
be.
Okay. I want to believe it.
We played the defending champion Warriors in the round
I
one.
know that.
and
yeah.
his
Doesn't
matchup
matter.
was Kevon Looney,
And he
bro.
got-
Oh my
That's a
gosh.
bum.
Stephen Curry
That's
dropped
a
52
bum.
points on us.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what they're doing down low. Steph Curry's dropping 50.
Bro,
Looney
he had
did dominate
a
in that
terrible
series, though.
in that series.
Bro, it doesn't matter.
and then did the
Rudy
same
Gobert
thing in the
is
play-in
the same
for the
player as the
last
playoffs.
2 years.
That's
But
why
then he-
Rudy not going to win none.
That I'm just saying, it's like you're making
his
dumb comparisons
game,
right there.
what he does not. He's not going to take open middies. You can get to the playoffs and guard the 4 other people with 5 people because he's not going to be aggressive. He's not aggressive enough to be a second player on a team that's
I
going to
didn't
go
say
deep
he's
in the
be a second
playoffs.
player, but he is a key player to win a championship.
But I don't think if we're gonna make a trade for
Herb
somebody
Jones
or
and
bring
Deontay
in,
Murray, no,
They
not
can
gonna
play
make a difference.
defense.
Not going to make a difference.
Imagine
You're gonna-
Herb Jones
we're
and
gonna
Keegan
trade-
Murray in the.
we're going
not
to trade
gonna
for
make
a
a
Trey
difference.
Young,
Walking up.
and we're going to trade for a Trey Young, and then have Trey Young, Zach LaVine, and Sabonis.
Oh,
I'm
we're
just saying
horrible.
hypothetically, that's 3 players on the court who can't play defense.
Yeah.
That's been the problem the
First
last
of all,
2 years.
we're not trading for Trey Young.
We're not.
I'm
Atlanta's not
saying
going to get rid
anything
of
you
him.
trade for, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be 3 players on the court who can't defend.
Damn.
Getting rid of Domas is the dumbest thing the Kings can do right now.
Dude.
If
but
we got KD for Domas, what would you say that?
Why would we want KD, though?
KD's retiring in 2 years.
No, that's not. How old is he? 35.
Bro.
Yeah.
You really think he's gonna retire in 2 years?
Yes.
He's gonna play as long as he can just to troll these on Twitter, bro.
I don't think that's gonna happen. Dude's gonna get high and be like, I'm gonna start smoking more.
Okay.
You're telling me, okay, Steph's only gonna play 2 years. You're telling me if we got Steph for Domas, you're not trading Domas? Like that's what I'm saying. I'm not doing.
No, Steph or Domas?
No.
If we get Steph, we can
I'm
win
looking
right
for
now.
the future.
I know. It's the smart thing.
No, I don't think Steph wins games. With the
Okay.
team that we have here in Sacramento,
You could also
we don't win
get
games with
future
Steph.
picks
Yeah.
for trading Domas, though. Like, if they did that
This
trade right there, that
I'm
we just
saying
brought
this
up.
trade is dumb.
I don't agree.
I looked at it and initially saw Domas in the trade and immediately was like, oh, no way. And then saw DeJounte Murray, was like, no way. And then I saw the rest of what the Pelicans give up, and I'm kind of like,
The picks are the
Might
only
be
bright
the
side.
downside.
Picks are the only bright side.
Herb Jones is one of
Herb
the
Jones
best
is a
defenders
really
in
good
the
player,
league.
right?
Him, Keegan Murray, and Keon Ellis would be the 3 best defenders.
Keegan's been one of the most disappointing players this year. So, like, who's
We
going to
need-
say he's
yeah.
going to be back?
But defensively, he's been consistent.
I think he had a really
Herb-
good second
There's
half
no
of the
scoring,
year,
though.
also.
Yeah.
Domas scores.
No scoring on that team.
Domas
Because
was the only one who scores.
With DeMar, who's going to get his 20 every
DeMar's
night.
gone.
Zach, who's going to get his 20 every night. And Doma. Like, Keegan's the 4th option.
Yeah.
That's
gets
why
7 points
I
a
think
game?
he had
I've
a
been
really
saying-
good second half of the year. I think he had a really good second half of the year.
Yeah.
The second half of the year, he was shooting over 40 from 3 and playing the same defense he
Okay.
had been all
DeMar
year.
and Zach were the. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah.
trying to get,
They're
that was
taking
the downfall.
50 shots a game,
Yeah.
and then plus
But
Domas is
getting
15.
rid of Domas is the worst decision right now.
It's tough to say, man. I don't really know which way I'm leaning towards it. It really just depends on what we get back. But this trade, Herb Jones in the 7th pick, is hard to say no to.
I'm
man.
not saying I'm
It's
giving
hard
up
to say no.
Domas for Jordan Poole or some dumb, or for a second round pick,
Give
or
me
like
Jordan Poole.
I'm
I don't
saying
think
if,
this is-
if the opportunity arises to where you get multiple first round picks and a good player, and then maybe another player thrown in, that I would consider that.
This doesn't fix our point guard problem. It also takes away our rebounding.
Could with
We
the
still
7th
have
pick.
Valanciunas. That's the same
We
player.
both had the same
That's
reaction.
The same player.
I mean,
7 pick, yeah, we could throw the 7 pick in there, but it's still another rookie who's questionable.
True.
We haven't had a good drafting process ever,
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I just don't like that at all.
You were saying you're scared of picks because you don't trust the people to draft, and you are saying now Sabonis for picks is probably the smart move. So
Herb Jones and Keegan are also the same player. That's what I'm saying.
that's not ridiculous to say that. Actually,
They're the same player.
Herb Jones way better on defense, but
Yeah.
Keegan's a little better on offense. That's why I think I was trying to say. Been saying it since the beginning of the year. DeMar loved this game, love him as a person, but he took away from Keegan this year.
Yeah.
With him on the floor, Keegan never felt comfortable, and I think on that Beam team year, Keegan was kind of that 3rd option, maybe 4th option.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, it probably went back to 4th or 5th option most times. So. I think
just was put in the corner and
Yeah.
just like stand there.
just hit a spot up 3 every 5 possessions.
Yeah.
And he was shooting like 27%. So
It
in
took
the
away
first
from
half.
his game.
Yeah, it
Took
did.
everything away from
It
his game.
did.
But yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Also,
That was fun.
I would trade Domas and take like a 5-year OKC rebuild. That if we're actually going to be good after, I would suffer that.
yeah, I agree. Worth it in the long run.
Like a
But
OKC
then-
Houston Rockets rebuild
We did
type
that.
of.
We made the Beam team.
Yeah.
And then
but
we got
we
him
just-
away in 1 year. So
But
it's like,
yeah, but we just didn't.
Makes me
They
so
were scared to
sad.
make
I
moves.
know.
We re-signed HB.
Yeah.
I think it was a little bit, scared to do anything out of control the first year after the Beam Team year, and then the second year it was like, well, damn, now we got to do
No, we
something,
have to
and
do
then
something, yeah.
it was just a panic move. So.
yeah. Well,
I
Ryan
mean-
Nembhard could be the answer at the point guard position. He was on the
Hey.
list of Kings draft workouts that they had the other day. This would be for the 2nd round pick that we already have. So,
Hey, you want to know something crazy?
Ryan Nembhard.
The only team to draft 3 All-NBA point guards in the last century is the Sacramento Kings.
Someone just told me that yesterday. I was like,
3?
damn.
Isaiah Thomas, Fox, and Hallie.
Damn, dude. That hurts, man. That
I
hurts.
forgot who told me that the other day, but I was like, oh my gosh.
That
that's
definitely
insane.
hurts. Well, the last thing before we close out, the Knicks head coaching job. They're planning to meet with ex-Grizzlies coach Taylor Jenkins and former Kings coach Mike Brown. Mike Brown, you guys
Fresh
might have
off
been
a
right.
$30 million contract.
You guys might have been right,
Hey, he's
man.
getting $30 million next year too.
If they sign Mike Brown,
Or
I
10
don't
mil,
know
10 mil.
I like Mike Brown, but not the time for the Knicks.
Well, 10 mil for 3 years.
Yeah, 10 mil for 3 years.
Yeah, he's got he got 20 so far. He gets 10 more next year.
Well, I think that's it on Beam City. We've been about 44 minutes, so
Yeah.
anything else before we close out?
I was just going to give an update on Sac Republic, but it's the 60th minute against San Antonio.
Oh, they're playing right now?
0-0.
0-0.
Hey, you like that?
No.
They are playing, I believe it's the number 1 team in the West. Number 3 team in the West.
Big game.
But they're only a point behind first, so this is a big game.
Big game.
Big game here. If we can get this win, it's huge against San Antonio.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to close out Beam City Sports. Go subscribe on
Dodgers
YouTube.
suck.
Yeah. Go A's. Go listen to Believe in A's. Shout out to Believe in Network. But yeah, we'll be back on Wednesday live on YouTube and the radio.
Yes, sir. Cheers. Thank you.